Hey guys, this is Sandy White from Simply Fitt, your #1 health and wellness cheerleader. And I'm coming with you with a wonderful suggestion twist to your deviled eggs. Now, this twist helps your body to absorb A, D, E, and K. If you guessed it, you're awesome. But if you're not quite sure what the secret ingredient is, I'll tell you right after this. So, I want to thank WYTV7 Community Broadcasters Network because, guys, they're allowing us to be on their platform yet again to bring you guys wonderful segments like these. Our mission is to help 1 million individuals by helping them with simple tips and strategies. And when we do this, they're able to increase, maintain, as well as accomplish the weight or health goals that they are looking for, along with overcoming suicide and depression. When you don't get enough nutrients to your body, it causes a deficit and you just put yourself in a spiral position, which a lot of times isn't healthy. And if you guys have been watching the news lately, one of the country icons, she had severe depression, and unfortunately she has passed on. It hasn't been official, so I don't want to announce the cause of her death, but suicide, dealing with those symptoms, if you don't get the proper nutrients and the proper health, it can be detrimental. So with that being said, guys, I so want to help you. I want to be your advocate. I want to be your cheerleader. So WYTV7 has given me permission to give you guys 30-minute free consultations so we can give you a blueprint that'll help you with your health and wellness. So go on WYTV7.org, click on the broadcasters button, look for Simply Fitt, scroll down and fill in or if you don't see it, just shoot me an email at SimplyFitt, and then I'll reach out to you. We'll schedule something because we want you guys healthy. We want you to maximize the time that you have on this earth because there's someone looking at you, someone counting on you. So let me help you reach your goals. So let's jump into what we're going to be doing and talking about today. I didn't check my time, because guys, you know, we broadcast every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and each of our broadcasts are 30-minute segments. So a lot of the things that I do, I try to do prep time so we can always get into the meat of it. So part of the prep for this segment is telling you about a healthy fat that will help your body absorb A, D, E, and K nutrients a lot easier if you give your body this fat. So what is the secret weapon? It's an avocado. Simple avocado. But in this case, you don't need them to be pretty, you know, like the ones that are not too ripe. They're kind of in between ripe and firm. So when you slice them, they're not mushy, they don't fall apart, and they look pretty on your sandwich or on your omelet or whatever. Well, in this case, I need you to get them where they're nice and ripe, where you can squeeze them and they feel mushy and gross. Honestly, because for this ingredient, you need it to be really, really pliable for the egg yolk, because you got to pop those egg yolks out. And this is a deviled egg. This is an easy way to get this healthy fat in, and it's a twist from the normal way you would make your deviled egg. You would boil your eggs. I'm going to show you guys how to cut them up and all that, and a couple more tips. Boil your eggs. Make sure you have a nice container to put them in, and then you would normally use mayo. Here's a tip. Do not use regular mayo. Use well, this is from Primal Kitchen. They have a lot of the ingredients that you're going to need, but they're more healthier. So this is mayonnaise that's made with avocado oil, and I love it. And it only has 100 calories per serving in it, so it's not a lot. You know, that's a serving size is 1 tablespoon. But keep in mind, 1 tablespoon goes a long way when you are adding it to, you know, something like this, not just spreading it on your sandwich. So I like to give you guys options for, because you might say, well, 1 tablespoon is 100 calories, but it's a lot healthier than the regular mayo, and it's gluten-free. So for a lot of you guys, that's going to be really helpful for your tummy. If you haven't been doing what you need to do, a lot of times when you use a regular mayo, you get gas, you get bloating, which reminds me, if you're having those symptoms on the 4th, no, excuse me, there's 2 coming up, but I'm just going to tell you about the current one, a master class that we're going to be having on the 21st of May. We're going to be showing you guys alternative ways to help with bloating and gas, digestion, and detox. So you want to make sure that you sign up for that, and you can go on to wytv7.org, go to Simply Fit, go to the broadcasters button, click Simply Fit, and you'll see all of the information for the master class that's coming up on the 21st of May. But now let me jump back into the normal way you would make a deviled egg. You would use mayo, you would use mustard. I use spicy mustard because I like to give everything a kick. And then you would use some pickle relish, salt and pepper, which if you're having challenges with your sodium levels, salt is not a good idea. And if you're having challenges with inflammation, regular mayo isn't a good idea because it is going to cause so much achiness and challenges within your body that it's just not worth it. So if you want to stick with a healthier version of mayo, get the one with the olive oil in it. And then this particular twist, we're using the avocados because it's a healthy fat. Now I'm gonna start moving around, cooking and everything for us, but I took my notes like I always do when I'm cooking, because I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. So and this is going to be 3 tips with 4 bonuses, because I always give you guys bonuses, but 3 tips on why using avocados are really good for your body. How about that? So one of them, I've already told you like multiple times at the beginning of this segment, it's a healthy fat. It's a fruit, which I don't think you guys really care, but it's labeled as a fruit because it has this ginormous seed. Anything with a seed in it, it's a fruit, not a vegetable. But it's a good fat, and it doesn't raise your LDL, which is your bad cholesterol. So we're going to start off with our twist on our deviled eggs by boiling your eggs. Now, a good way to boil the eggs so they come out nice and pretty, you don't put the eggs in right away. Well, you could do a combination. If you stick the eggs in right away, as soon as the water starts to boil, not the little tiny bubbles, but the big ginormous bubbles, as soon as you see that, let it do it for about 30 to 60 seconds, turn it off, let it sit for 21 minutes. 21 minutes hit, you take it and you rinse them out. And then you take all the hot water out, rinse them out in cold water, and then you fill your pot back up with cold water, stick the eggs back in there. The purpose of that, or you can take some ice because you want it to start cooking. So you can have nice, pretty yellow on the inside and the out. Now, I let them sit just a little bit, but this isn't too bad. It's not the nasty green. It's just a light color green. Or what you can do, the other option is you can let the water boil and get crazy, you know, with the big bubbles, and then you stick the eggs in it and you let them sit in there while it's boiling, the big ginormous bubbles, for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you turn it off and you let it sit for 21 minutes. Now you can use a ladle. I think I have one here, so you won't break your eggs. Put your eggs in something like this one at a time and lay them in the water. Otherwise, you're going to break the eggs and you're gonna have floating yolk in there. So once you're done with that, again, make sure you fill the pot, refill your pot with cold water, put your eggs back in there. And then I usually use a container so the eggs aren't all over, the shells are not all over the place, and I put a paper towel down there. One for this is a crazy trick, but it helps with the eggs that when you're ready to crack them, they'll crack a lot easier. So I've already did a few of them just so we can get started, and then I put some of the yolks in here. But in this case, I'm not using any of the typical ingredients. I'm just using avocados. Now, you can make your own guacamole with your own avocados, your own. So it would be lemon, lime from the one from the bottle. If you don't have an actual lime, actual lemon, you can use it. But what I found is you have to work a lot harder to get the taste. So if you use an actual lemon and an actual lime, you'll get a better flavor from it. And then use sea salt, cut up some red onions, and you can use red or white if you want to use both of them, and then cut up some tomatoes, and then just mix everything. However, if you're like, I don't have all of that, or I just don't have time, or whatever your reason is, you can actually get store-bought guac. It tastes the same. I like it. Now, keep in mind, guys, my taste buds are different than yours. All I'm asking you to do is to at least try what I'm suggesting to you. You might like it. All right? So you want to use a tablespoon or so of the store-prepared guacamole. And then you want to see how that mixes before you dump, because you don't need all of it. And then you just simply mix it all up. And if you find you're like, that's not enough seasoning, you can doctor it up a little bit more. But for the most part, it's already got the peppers and the onions and everything that I already mentioned, from the juice from the lemon, the lime. It's already in there. And if you can pick a vegan one and or organic, you have less items in there that your body doesn't like. So for me, this needs a little bit more guacamole because I got big chunks of eggs in here. And you want it nice and smooth. So if you don't have if you don't have piping bags, or you don't have the bottle that they have, which makes piping even more easier and convenient, so that the eggs come out nice and pretty. Well, when you put the yolk, you know, because sometimes if you use a spoon, I don't care how small or how big the spoon you choose, you can make a mess on the side of the eggs. And for aesthetic reasons, for me, I like it to look nice and pretty. So let me go to the next one. I told you guys I was going to give you 3 tips on why you should use an avocado in your everyday life, and then I'm going to give you 4 bonuses. So the second tip, I already told you multiple times. Well, if I didn't, I'm telling you now, it's heart healthy. It's not going to raise your cholesterol, it's not going to raise your sugar, and it's sodium free, and they've got 6 grams of natural fat. Now, if you're having challenges with diabetes, you definitely don't want any of the cholesterol, sodium, or your glucose levels being raised. So this is very helpful. One of the bonuses is that it actually helps an individual who has diabetes because it lowers all of those areas that we just mentioned. Now, here's the consistency of what I have. And I think you guys can see that. Now, if you want it a little looser or a little bit firmer, I'm going to add just a little bit more guacamole. And look, this is store-bought, and it doesn't look bad. And you can see all the nice ingredients that are already in here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay. And you just continue to mix, like I said, till you get to the consistency that you like. You don't want the filling to be watery, but you don't want it to be super firm. I find that to be extremely dry and disgusting on your palate. But again, my palate and your palate is going to be totally different. But this is a healthy twist on a deviled egg versus using the normal ingredients: salt, pepper, mayonnaise, healthy version for you guys, spicy mustard for a kick, and then your pickle relish. So if you don't have regular piping bags, you don't have any of the utensils, I'm suggesting that you don't use the spoon to fill your deviled eggs. Use the spoon to pipe in your bag. And all I did was I took a sandwich Ziploc bag, a pair of scissors, and I cut off a small one of the corners, not a big thick one because you don't want your food falling out. And then you just pipe it in here, and I'll show you guys how cute it'll look once you are done. Let's see which end we want this end. And also try to put your food in on the side that you cut. That way you're not having the ingredients or the content of whatever you got in this bag smeared all over versus in the food that you are trying to cook. I'm going to lay this right here. As my husband likes to say, I want to get my scrapings. Yes, because what's the purpose of making the food if you're going to leave it all in the dish? So yes, you can use a spatula. I'm going to use some more, so right now I'm not going to get a spatula out. But typically, I will get a spatula and get the extra food up, so we're not leaving it in the bowl. And so everybody should know what a spatula is, but if you don't, one of these little flat little doohickeys, and it cleans out all the rest of your goodness so you can get it where it's supposed to go. So tip number 3 for why you should use an avocado is a dietary fat, and it helps your body, which I told you, that was the question I asked you guys at the beginning of the segment. What healthy fat allows your body to absorb A, D, E, and K a lot better? With a healthy fat, that would be an avocado. And it helps the body to absorb these nutrients a lot better. So if you are going to the doctor and the doctor has run blood tests, and as you got, I'm going to stop real quick. You see how nice and pretty it's coming out? And I'm not even squeezing it super duper hard, but that's going to come out nice, pretty, and a lot easier in my eggs. But now I'm going to jump back in. So if you're going to the doctor and the doctor keeps telling you that these levels, you're having problems with, nutrients being low in reference to your A, your D, your E, and your K, start incorporating a healthy fat, which is this avocado. And you can have, I gave you 2 options. You can add it in your deviled egg. You can add it in your mayo. Primal Kitchen, make sure I say it right. And no, I'm not a sponsor for them. They have a lot of products that are a lot healthier for you, and I appreciate them for that. Now see how easy and pretty this came out? Now you guys can garnish this any way that you like, but look, nice and pretty. And that didn't take me long at all. So I'm gonna try this. Now look, I saw this and I thought this was like mind-blowing. A really good idea. And so I'm trying this on camera, so I'm praying that I like it. And what I might find is that I might want to doctor it up a little bit more. And what I like to do, if you want, you could put dry seasoning on it. Mrs. Dash has an original sodium free, and you can sprinkle a little bit on there. I would recommend that, because if you taste and you're like, oh, I want a little bit of more salt or a little pepper, whatever, add some dry seasoning. And again, Mrs. Dash would be perfect for that. So now let me hit you guys up, and then yes, I'm going to try it on camera. I want to make sure I stick with my time here. The avocados help you with your eyes. So if you're finding that you're having challenges with your vision, of course, you want to, guys, if you're not doing these things annually, you're setting yourself up for challenges that you don't even need. I remind you guys all the time, being fit is more than just exercise. You got to go annually or at least once every 2 years to get your eyes checked. Now, if you are a diabetic, it should be annually. And to me, in my opinion, whether you have a challenge with diabetes or not, you should be going to have your eyes checked annually. You should be going to the doctor to have your annual check. And if you've had challenges with a doctor before, then ask around to your friends or Google a doctor, a general practicing doctor that has gotten really great reviews. And then have a friend go with you. I don't know, because some people have bad experiences and then they just don't go anymore. That doesn't help you. You need to be going to the dentist once every 6 months. And if your dentist is rough and they just don't make you feel comfortable and you feel terrified sitting in their chair, yes, I expect you not to return to that dentist, but I don't expect you to not take care of your mouth anymore. You guys, now this is a bonus that I wasn't planning to give. Did you know that flossing your teeth daily will increase your life? Why? Because you can have gum disease or challenges going on, and something so simple as flossing your teeth on a daily basis will help you increase the longevity of your life. Every 6 months, you should be going to the dentist. Once a year for your annual checkup, and that's having everything from the top of your head to the soles of your feet checked, and then annually to have your eyes checked. Avocados will help you improve the vision that God has given to you. So let's not be ungrateful for the things that we have, because there are individuals that don't have access to seeing. They have eyes, but they don't work. So if you got working eyes, let's take care of them. Now, the other one is lowering your blood pressure. And now I told you guys, if you have challenges with your sodium, that's your blood pressure, you don't want to be eating salt. So this is another reason why I like to show you guys alternative things that you should be doing. So dry seasoning is good, is an alternative to salt. Sea salt is a heck of a lot better than white table salt. And then adding an avocado in is, and doing this little twist versus doing your deviled eggs the normal way. If you're not going to add in the twist that I showed you, even if you're doing it the normal way, will do wonders for you. Now, the twist, if you're like, you try this, which yes, I'm going to do it. Let me just make this point. If you don't like the avocados and you're like, I'm going to stick with my normal, please switch over to the mayo that's made with avocado oil. I'm telling you, your life will be thanking you for years to come. And then I used to use the yellow mustard. I love the taste of it, but I like a little kick. So instead of, because everybody's palate, again, is going to be different. And if you have other people living in your house or you're cooking for someone else, you do have to be mindful of their palate when you make it. So I make stuff I set aside. Like, I make everybody the same stuff, but then I doctor mine up. I like mine spicy, so I use the Dijon mustard version. And then instead of salt and pepper, then I use Mrs. Dash. And I like the little crunch in there too. So, forgive me, but I'm a little weird. And then, of course, your pickle relish. I love it. Those are, if you're going to do it the normal way, I would suggest that. If you're going to do it with a little twist, with the, to help yourself out, do it with the secret ingredient, avocado. All right, so before we get into the other bonus tips, let me try this out. Let me try it out. So I'm going to get a good one. Now, again, for the aesthetics, I would usually take some Mrs. Dash or something, put it on here. I wouldn't serve it just plain like this. But I'm just showing you guys how I made it and what it looks like. This is not the final, because for some of you guys, this would be the final product. See? And it's gorgeous and it's beautiful. I would add a little bit of Mrs. Dash because I just like, sprinkles, pretty, all of that. All right. On the count of 3, we're going to count backwards. 3, 2, 1. Let's see how it tastes. For me, I like it, but I had a feeling I was going to say what I said. I'm going to add some Mrs. Dash to this because it doesn't have, guacamole does not have a kick unless you get the, put the jalapenos in there. And I'm not a jalapeno girl, so I'll put some Mrs. Dash on here. But I actually like this. So you guys should try this out. Check it out. It's super duper good. I think you'll like it. Mm, 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 mm. All right, so let's get down to the other ones. And actually, this one was, and it said chunky, and it has the basil, not the basil. It's got, is it basil in here? Hold on, let me make sure. Got a little basil. It's got the fresh lime. It's got garlic in here, tomatoes, of course, you know, the avocado, red onions, and tomatoes in there. But this was, I want to remind you guys, when you use organic, the flavors are totally, they're just different. And once your taste buds get used to it, I think you will find it not only beneficial for your body, but overall, because one of the things that when you're not taking care of your body and you're consuming products that your body isn't breaking down, you can start having brain fog, and that is a horrible process to go through if you don't take care of it immediately, because it can lead to dementia. So that's why I say, with healthy suggestions on simple tips and strategies, providing you guys with nutrients to make your life better, little tiny things like this that sometimes people take for granted, you know, and want to make comments like, oh, it's just getting old. No, it's not. Your age has nothing to do with anything other than the fact, if you're, keep in mind, whatever your age is, has nothing to do with the challenges you're having in your body. The challenges you're having in your body is because you're not taking care of yourself when you were 20, 30, 40 years older, or in your teens, because I don't know what y'all's age is. So I need you guys to stop saying, oh, you know, I got arthritis because I'm this age, or I'm having memory lapse because I'm that age. No, you're not doing certain things, and so these are warning signs that your body is giving to you. And so you need to heed to those warning signs. God put them there for a reason, because he wants you to live a long, healthy, prosperous life. So when you get these warning signs letting you know you are not as healthy as you should be, then do something about it. And doing something about it, you can sign up on wytv7.org, click the broadcasters button, go down to Simply Fit, and get a free 30-minute consultation. Or sign up for the upcoming masterclass that's going to be held on the 21st of May. Guys, there are things, plenty of things that you can do. I show you guys alternatives to things that you're putting in your body that aren't good for you, for alternative ways to supplement the things that, you know, your body has gotten used to, for something healthier, so you can function a lot better. Having memory lapse or a foggy brain has nothing to do with your age. It has everything to do with you not taking care of yourself. I want to make sure I'm checking the time. We're almost out of time here. The last two tips are, it protects your body from cancer. I love the fact that God provided natural nutrients that we can take advantage of to just take care of our body. Because you don't see it on the outside doesn't mean it's happening. Let me rephrase it. Because you don't see anything on the outside does not necessarily mean the person is healthy. What you have to pay attention to is the warning signs that your body is giving to you from the inside. So when you get these things saying, hey, this isn't functioning, take care of this isn't going well, all of this, you can't see my mind, you can't see my intestines. Now, you can see my belly if I ain't doing what I'm supposed to do, but you can't see a lot of the challenges that people experience on the inside of their body. But if you do something so simple as use this little nutrient to swap out all of this unhealthy mayo, man, your body will appreciate it so much better. Guys, this is a good brand. You can, the ketchup, I swap it out. My kids can't tell the difference. They love it. But anyway, don't get me excited. Y'all know I get all excited. All right, anyway, And with arthritis, that's when you got the inflammation in your hands and your feet, and you're waking up stiff and hurting and all that stuff. That is not old age. That's you doing stuff to your body, and now it's causing you're supposed to have inflammation. The purpose of inflammation is to help heal your body when you get hurt, not to have an overload, excessive amounts to where things are swollen, you're bloated, you're hurting. Nope, that means you're doing something that your body doesn't like, and those are warning signs. So I want you guys to take heed. That's why I tell you, keep a journal. When you try out different things, like I tried, this is my first time. I love avocados. I use them for everything else. Never thought to stick them in my eggs, but I will now. However, for myself, know I need to kick it up because I like spices. Not too much, but I'm a little, again, y'all know I'm a little weird, but like I like it to the point where my ears are sweating, but not to the point where my palate is on fire and I cannot enjoy the food. That's too much. So you have to have balance when you use your spices. So I'm gonna put a little bit but I like it. So I'm gonna add a little Miss Dash on there. Good to go. I'm gonna have my family taste it. And again, when you try out different things, don't make a whole bunch, assuming that your family or friends are gonna like it. Do a taster. You try it out. I like it. Okay, now this to me is a taster. I'm gonna have my family come and try it out, and they're gonna either say yes or no. And if they say no, this isn't for me, I know to go back to what I was doing. But I don't add ingredients that I know that's gonna harm them. I do tweak it, and a lot of times they don't know. They don't know that I've tweaked it. They just know when she make it, I like it this way. And then if you, again, back to my point, you make something because you're on a health kick and you want to live a long, healthy life, and they're like, I don't like this, but you do. Don't make as much. That's it. Don't make as much. Now these ain't gonna do good freezing, so don't boil a dozen eggs, if everybody's not going to eat them this way. But if you're going to have half the way you typically make it for your family, and then a third of what you're going to make for yourself, then that's different. All right. And then you won't have enough eggs left over to, like, these are some extra eggs. I had about 5 extra eggs because we'll eat a salad. Okay. Now, eggs are not bad. You don't want to do an excessive amounts of eggs. 1 to 3 a day is fine. Okay. And then I do cage free. That means that the animals are eating normal. They are not eating things that they're not supposed to. They're roaming around. They're getting the sun. They're not stuck in a cage all day long. Got me? All right. Enough on that. So the last tip I told you guys, because I was getting a little excited, I jumped over. It controls and helps you absorb your vitamin D, and it prevents diabetes. So guys, that was a mouthful. We are out of time. I want you to try this recipe out. Hit me up. Let me know if you liked it. All right. So if you're just coming in, we are wrapping up this segment. Just hit rewind and check out what we've done for today. And our topic today was what healthy fat will help your body absorb your A, D, E, and K nutrients a lot better. And it was simply an avocado. All right, guys, I'm the host of Simply Fitt, Sandy White, your #1 health and wellness cheerleader. Guys, I want to be your accountability coach, so go to the website, wytv7.org, click the broadcasters button, go to Simply Fitt, sign up for your 30-minute free consultation so we can give you a blueprint so you can maintain, you can increase what you're already doing or tweak what you're doing, but we want you to have an enjoyable time living a healthy lifestyle. And don't forget, we are doing a master class on the 21st of this month, which is May. So come check us out and get more healthy tips and strategies for your life. All right, guys, until next Wednesday, love you. See you later. Mwah.
You're invited to the Smart Strategies for a Slim Body Masterclass hosted by Integrative Healing Arts and Simply Fitt. Throughout the demonstrated masterclass, you'll learn healthy habits that will slim you down, like making time for exercise and finding a quiet place for meditating. Throughout the masterclass, you'll learn about acupuncture and sleep, as well as balanced meals and responsible snacking. For more information about the May 21st masterclass, just click the registration link that you see on the screen.